Did you like that dramatic slide of the music? That wasn't anything fancy. I did that with my mouse. I clicked on the volume slider. I dragged it down slowly. Did that sound professional and not like I was just doing that with my hands? I probably not. Fly out. It's out. It's out. Fly is out. Yes, I've not streamed in a while. We're gonna first just hop into a plane and fly out to let some people gather, and then we're gonna build some things. And hopefully, I can give you a couple of bullet points as I'm going for what I'm doing. Actually, there should be, if I'm not mistaken, there should be music in the editor now, which supposedly shouldn't cause any issues with Content ID. Hopefully. So let's see if that's working, because that would be fun. I don't hear anything. Nope. No. Okay. I don't think that's working. Chat is on the wrong side of my window. I can't read it while I'm playing. There we go. That's a little bit better. Let us hop into a plane. Probably the best one to go into is... Let's hop into the big boy, I think. This fella should be functional in the latest update. Is that just my... No, okay, that was just my stream. Okay, I had it paused. Sorry, my game was in the wrong scene, and I didn't know if you guys were just looking at the hold screen while I was actually meant to be taking off. Definitely not the Mirage is a Mirage. It is, yes. My naming conventions for craft aren't necessarily the most sensible things that have ever existed. So, you know, that's fine. Come on. Load in. Does take a minute. Does take a minute. So, I think I saw a post on the Discord, which was, what, 1,200 people playing this? Or at the current moment in time? Am I not getting any audio? I'm not getting any audio. Oh, okay. It's just quieter now, I think. That's fine. That's fine. It used to be so deafeningly loud. Yes. Here we go. So, this thing. This is the culmination of, like, I don't know, 3 hours of work. This is probably the best thing I've made, I think. I think it's quite pretty. You think it's pretty? Need help with the editor tools. That's what we're here for. Do not fear. Do not fear. We're gonna show you some of the editor tools, and we're gonna build something. What I do need your help with, though, is what are we building? And bear in mind, that I don't want this stream to be me styling for like 4 hours and not actually doing any technical things, because I do need to show you guys what I'm doing. So it needs to be somewhat simple. But what do you think I should do? What am I flying out, for lack of a better term? Should we get some tunes back on? We'll turn the tunes on quietly. Is that even working? How is everything going wrong? Build a biplane. Build a jet biplane. Jet biplane. There we go. We have some music. There we go. We have some music. In theory, this music should be fine. I do currently have a bogus copyright claim on the channel, but, you know, it's fine. Right. jet biplane, jet triplane, jet biplane. How do you move fuselage points forwards and backwards such as to create a cockpit? Yeah, okay. We'll cover that if I can remember. Plane with 5 wings. That's too many wings. Jet biplane makes no sense, so you should build that. Yep, that sounds good. Biplane with a big-ass laser, obviously. Every plane needs a gun that fires at such high velocities that it looks like a laser. And at that point, it basically is a laser. Stone confirmed the in-game music is fine. Yeah, I'm just not getting it. Maybe now I've turned the volume up a bit. Hang on. No, I'm not. It's not that. I don't know. I just don't have it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cough for a second. I am dying. I muted so that you didn't have to hear that. Apologies. I am still a little dead, but that's okay. Right. The editor. Let's get building. So, this is what you're here for. This is what you want to see. So pay attention, boys and girls. Because this is probably going to be... What? My controller's just fallen on the floor. You can't make this up, honestly. Great timing. Right. Anyway, I'm good. I've just got a cold. You guys said jet biplane. You can't say actual idea now. You gave me the idea. We're doing the idea. And you now must deal with what you have laid. This is your fault, and I want you to suffer. I didn't fall off my chair, no. I dropped a controller. Well, I didn't drop it. I'm not using a controller. It fell off. I don't really know how. I think I need a box. Right, so I think these are different qualities of parts. There's been an update since I last played. So some of these things are actually new to me. Ooh, tail rotor. That's new. No new intakes. No new engine types. No new. None of them are new. None of them. I don't know. I don't use this stuff. I think it's mostly just these fuselages. Okay. So, right. What we're going to do is we're going to take a fuselage. And now, if you haven't done this one yet, you can hold X, Y, or Z, and it'll, like, zero your position on the axis that you're pressing. So X, obviously, X-axis, Y, Y-axis, Z, Z-axis. For, you know, it kind of makes sense. So if I hold Z and X here, you can see it's kind of just moving up and down. So we can kind of make our dude roughly central or have it so that he's at the top of the fuselage here. But generally speaking, this is probably a bit big for what we want. I don't really know what we want, to be honest. I don't really know how a jet biplane is going to work. But we're going to make it like, I don't know, that size and have this be the size of the nose cone here. So if you don't have the game, then you probably haven't seen this. Well, you might have from other videos. But basically, the fuselage editor here is a... you get a cross section. So this is as if you're looking at this fuselage from this angle. So we can adjust these points, and you can see that on the actual 3D model, they're moving around in real time. So we can have a little bit of fun with that. Unfortunately, there is no undo at the moment, but you can copy and paste parts and then apply them. Voila, there we go. So now we are back. So there you go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little bit of a nose cone here. Sorry, I'm not used to actually talking while I do this. Normally, Normally I just listen to music and do this quietly and then speed it up later. But yeah, so you can press S and then move your mouse left and right to scale this, so we can kind of get a general shape going. So if we extrude this out and bring this down, if we do something along these lines, we can also manually set these scale numbers here, which will adjust the actual thingy-majig, and that will allow us to literally like zero the point. You can see there's a teeny-weeny little hole, but you won't notice that really unless you're at super fine detail. And then what I do is, because obviously this is a little bit rough, I tend to go to add loop here and then just scale this up a bit, and I can do that multiple times until we kind of have a smooth-ish shape. 3 should probably be a little bit bigger. We're going to add another one here. We're going to add another one here. Gonna add another one here. And then probably one last one here. And now we have an unbelievably smooth cone. Have the jets between the wings. We can do that. Maybe we could do 3 silly little jets, tiny. I don't know. I don't know what to do with the back of the fuselage. That's the problem. I guess it could just turn into the tail, and then. But that's gonna look. Is that gonna look weird? I kind of want twin boom. Oh man, I don't know. So, I'm gonna turn on mirror here, and I'm actually gonna adjust this shape a little bit to kind of flatten out somewhat where the pilot is, and then we're going to bring that forward, paste it in, and then make it slightly less so that it kind of smoothly transitions into that, and then we can extrude this face backwards and cover our dude, which don't worry, that's not going to be how it looks in the end. Put the elevator on the front. Oh my gosh. How's that even going to work? We would need... Because that's going to be a really far back center of lift, so we'd need the center of mass really far back as well. Elevator on the front. We could do reverse sweep. Oh god, this is going to be cursed. Okay, right. I'm taking too many of your ideas on, is what's going on here. But for now, we must soldier on. So, at the moment, I think this is a glitch. But hole and glass are just the wrong way round at the moment by default. So, just use glass as hole. I think that's a bug. It'll get fixed, probably. There's one guy developing this game. You kind of have to give it some time here. A rear-mounted engine, yeah. Kind of needs to be, doesn't it, if we're doing that. Let us... Oh, God. Tinnitus. Let's take this back to a circle, and then please stop ringing ears. Jesus. If we shrink this down just a little bit, I feel like we're going for some kind of goofy experimental look, and this kind of era kind of all had this, I don't know, almost MiG-15-esque shape. Do we want to cut open this nose cone? I feel like we might want to do a shock intake on the front here. Or split it down the middle. Oh. Could we do that? That's going to be difficult. Should we try? Let's try. Okay, right. Let's see if we can pull this off. So, in order to get that right, we're going to need to kind of extrude in the same point and then bring this to the very middle, but not quite like that because we're going to need it to have some width. And then just bring these points up to the top. This is looking a little bit jagged. That's not worked. No, that's not quite right, is it? Shall we try and put these points back. Is that... No, that's still not right. Oh, no. No. That's all kinds of awful. That's all kinds of awful. How to do that? Can you? Can I? Can I do that at all? I think maybe. What is that actually doing? Because that face is connecting to that point, but I don't know. Maybe if I let's go and select it and then shrink it. Does that? No, that doesn't fix it. How about instead we just bring it backwards and then we grow it and then everything works out just fine in the end and we have a it doesn't quite look right, does it? Hang on, we can help a little bit, I think, by going ooh dear. This is unique here. Kids, don't try this at home. This is not a good idea. What on earth am I doing? This was meant to be a tutorial, god. That looks awful. That just looks awful. Okay, right. Lesson number 3. Give up. And put a shock cone on the front instead. We can't spend forever on it. Shock cone. There we go. Right. Radius less. 0.4. No? That's still awful. 0.3. There we go. Cone position. Move it back. Cone length. Less. Shock cone. Sure. Doesn't look great, does it? Oh man. No, that's not quite working. Oh gosh. So I swear. Okay, right. I need some inspiration here. Oh my god, that's amazing. That's amazing. I think that's a great idea. Right, boys. Oh yeah. Removing a fuselage. Click the fuselage, click this up arrow, put it in the bin. There we go. We're getting rid of it. We're starting again. And this time I have a plan. I've got something. I'm not gonna show you. We're just gonna go for it. And we're gonna try and build something kind of cool here. I need a Y mirror on as well here, but not for long. We're gonna do a little bit less width here. We kind of want it curving in a little sooner. You can multi-select points by holding shift, by the way. Drag over them, holding shift, and then you can move them all as one, so long as you remain holding shift. Copy this, paste it forwards. There we go. And this kind of needs to cover our dude here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put that there. We're going to put that there. There we go. And right. Now I know what I'm doing. Right. We're going to start by doing the front of this thing, and we're going to worry about the cockpit in a minute, but it's going to have to be a little bit on the funky side, to be entirely honest. So what we'll do is I think we'll start by just shaping the general front, and then we can change the actual cockpit area to fit what we want in a bit. I think this is coming along somewhat nicely. Sorry if my building commentary is not the finest in the world. But unfortunately, this is not my forte. So... Yeah, we'll do that, and then if we kind of want to reduce the we'll take this to 0. We'll do that. We'll do that, and then we're going to do our trick that we taught. We're going to add loops. And adding loops adds detail. More loops is more good. That's the philosophy that I live by. And also the philosophy that stunt pilots live by. If you didn't notice, they like to do lots of loops. There we go. That's a nose, a general nose shape. Still not 100% on it, specifically this underside here, but we can fix that with a little bit of that. There we go. Then we bring this back to roughly there, I think. And I'm going to go as far as to say that's probably a solid enough shape there. And then we need to bring it into a thin section at the back. Gonna leave it very similar height. I'm gonna just do a little bit of an adjustment. So the way I'm scaling in one axis in particular, by the way, is if you press S and then like X or Y, that will adjust the axis that you're scaling in. So it will only scale in one way at a time. It won't scale the whole ordeal at once, and then we can just smoothen out the angle that it goes into the back. Voila! Okay, now we have a bit of a shape going. We can copy. There we go. Tutorial segment here. Copy with this button here. Looks like a page with a curved edge. I don't know. That's the copy button. And then we can use our trick that we learned before. X to keep it in the X-axis, but we don't want to lock it on any other axis. And I'm just going to plonk it on top and then go to the frontmost section and delete going backwards until we get a boot here. And that's basically going to be our fuselage. So I want to just smoothen these out. So I'm going to take these bottom segments and I'm going to make this go straight down, basically. Until we match up with this lower section of fuselage, or at least close enough, which can take a little bit of tweaking. Here we go. Here we go. This is the behind the scenes of the videos. if you watch my videos, this is what happens in the time lapse, and that's why you don't see the whole thing, because it's boring as sin. And there we go. That there is not awful. Now we're gonna do a cut here. I've extruded the fuselage. Ooh, whoops. There we go. We're gonna do a cut here. And then this one, we're going to bring the top segment in. This is going to get a little bit awkward here. So we're going to need to match up to this lower fuselage a little bit. Bring in these nodes. Bring in these nodes. And then make an intake shape. That's going to be the challenge here. Kind of add a little curved section on top, and you will see my plan starting to take shape. I think I've done this too small. Is that too small? I don't think that's too small. I think that's about right. What we can do, obviously, is add a loop here, and then we can bring this out a little bit more. And hopefully, if I... Okay, that looks a little bit silly, but if I go scale and then... I don't know what's... Something's wrong with that. We need to do a little bit closer to the start, I think. And then bring these points outwards more. Because that didn't quite fit my liking. There we go. There we go. There we go. Chat died. Sorry. Yeah, no, my interaction with chat can be a little bit troubled at times because I hope you appreciate I am having to focus quite a lot on building. A lot of people saying it looks like a fish. Apologies if you hate fish and you really are upset by this fact. I know some of you will absolutely hate fish. I used to hate fish myself, but you know, I got over that, and I believe that you can too. So it's just ultimately it's a matter of time and self-control on your fish hatred. You just got to remember that they're not a threat to you and me, and life will turn out better that way. There we go. That's looking pretty good, to be honest. Very nice. We're going to save this before anything... It's early access, just to clarify. Anything could go wrong at any point. Please save your crafts regularly if you don't want to lose them. We're going to have Jet Biplane as the name of this thing. Then, tell you what, I should probably have been recording this so that I could turn this into a time lapse. I'm gonna start recording. Is that gonna completely tank my computer? Let me know if the stream goes to absolute pot, and then I'll stop the recording again. But hopefully I can record this, and then we can make a video out of this later. Apologies, I am a little bit stupid. Would you believe I've been doing this for a long time? No, nor would I. There we go. Right, now, already, I think we're on to control surfaces. So the first one I'm going to do is this one on the back here. So this is going to be one big central rudder. So we're going to go center this on the X and Y, and then we're going to rotate it to be the right direction, which should just be 90 degrees like that, and that should be good for us. So we can add a leading edge and we can add a trailing edge to this because we want this to be smooth. And then this, if you don't like this push rod, you can add it to either both sides if you prefer that, or in this case I'm going to have none. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to go for both. I think that could be cool. And we are gonna put this roughly in the middle there. So this is going to control the yaw for the entire aircraft, and then we're going to scale this to better match up to the shape. Bring this front bit back because we don't need it to be all the way over there. And similarly, well, we kind of want this where only that bit is stationary, and then this whole segment kind of moves, and then we can split our tail to be a couple of segments. So this one will obviously come down to the bottom of the aircraft, and we're going to make that smaller to match, and then vice versa on the top. And obviously there's gaps in there, so we got to go and make a couple more segments that we can change the width of by dragging this green tool, and then again because there's still gaps, and basically rinse and repeat until you're happy. There's a certain level at which you've got to say there's gonna be gaps if you're building something like this on a time limit, but if you had 1 million years and the will of a god, then you could perfectly match this up. But unfortunately, I have neither the time nor the effort to dedicate to doing that, so we're going to do a close enough job, which is what I always do. And then We're going to do the same on the bottom. Gonna take one from here. Gonna make this a different size to be the same width as the fuselage. And then we're going to do another split here. Then we're going to do the same. Then we're going to go and do what we did at the top down here. Move this in there. Sorry, this turned very musical all of a sudden. I don't... FLYOUT is game. Thank you, Joel. That's a very accurate description of the game. If anybody was wondering whether you should get FLYOUT or not, that is honestly a pretty solid review. FLYOUT is game, so if you like game, FLYOUT. There we go. We have a bit of a silly... shape going on there. I'm gonna actually make this a little bit thicker. I'm gonna remember this X scale, and then I'm going to go down here and match it on the bottom so that we're still together. And then we need to redo what we just did all over again because I've changed the size now. Yay. Should have done this in another order, really, but I didn't notice that I didn't like that shape until I was done. So, let this be a lesson. If you know what you're doing, plan ahead and don't do what I'm doing right now, which is change your mind halfway through, because you're going to end up building something awful. Also, please build something awful for your first build. It doesn't matter. Do not worry. You will build something awful, and it won't work, and it'll flip over, and it'll crash, and the engines don't work, and it has 5 minutes of fuel, and you don't know what you're doing. That's fine. Everyone needs to have a plane that flips over, crashes, and burns. That's vitally important to your learning experience. So please, don't get upset if your first thing is awful. It's meant to be. If you've played Sprocket before, I'm sure you remember your first tank. It probably didn't look very good. No offense to people building their first tanks. I'm sure some of you were wizards and built it on your first time, but most of us, mortal beings, built something awful. Me included. In fact, I did a video. I can plug my video here. I did a video where I went back and I reworked one of my first tanks. Wing time, also, by the way. So, plunk these wings on, snap them to the old X-axis, and we're just going to make sure that this kind of matches up with the top of the fuselage and it doesn't have any particularly weird looking things. This red highlighting here means nothing, by the way. I think that's just a visual glitch. So don't worry if that appears. Don't panic. It will go away. Just gotta reload the game. I'm not going to do that for now because obviously we're streaming. And then we're going to take our wings out and we're going to make... So what I like to do, and you can do this however you want, but I like to kind of get the wing... Ooh, my camera's rotated. Okay, right, another point. If you get this, you see how my camera is not perfectly vertical. That's probably really hurting your OCD right now. Go to this camera button at the top left here, press front, wait, go. It's back. That will save you so many restarts. Do not restart the game. Just do that. It's way quicker. If you didn't know that one, I've just saved your life. Promise me. Is that an intake? Yes. Right. One moment. Sorry, I was just requesting a water bottle because I can feel my my throat starting to go. So I've got these as wide as I want the kind of struts between the wings to be. In fact, I kind of don't want it to be that far out. Maybe that far out. And then we're going to go and plonk another set of these wings on here with X and Z centered. And just going to add like 1 degree of rotation to this. And if you're wondering how I get that fine control where I can do 1 degree, this button here allows you to pick angles. So at the moment it's 1, then 5, then 10, 15, 45, 0, 0.5, etc. And yes, this is going to be a silly aircraft. It's going to make absolutely no sense whatsoever. Don't worry about that. And then, in order to make these look like actual wings, we're going to go and make these tips kind of angle in a little bit. Not too much, because this is going to be a kind of civilian-looking thing. There we go, kind of like that. And this kind of weird jutting angle won't be such a problem, hopefully. If you were to fight any animal of your choice, what would be the strongest one you could pick? A juvenile mouse, I think, I could probably handle. Anything bigger, please don't put me against them. I would really quickly die. But yes. Is that a Banzai plane? No. Mario, I will neither confirm nor deny that accusation. So, right. Now, we're going to do the bottom wings. Which we're going to take the old wings, put them together, and probably have... in front, behind, same level. In front. Why not? That feels more accurate. And then gonna take this segment here, gonna bring it in. Right. Anyway, let's pop these wings here. Your setting screen is extremely blown up, and I can't get it to be smaller. This... Which setting screen have we got? We will, we'll find out shortly, hopefully. Right, there we go. And then I'm also going to make these wings angle in a little less and be a little shorter because, you know, that's kind of biplane look. And to be honest, I know it's going to be kind of frustrating to actually do, but I think it's going to be necessary to make these wings just smaller like this. Rocket pods. Can we add rocket pods? Is that a weapon? I think it isn't currently. Oh no, it is. There we go. Yeah, we can do that at some point. That's fine. We'll do that later. You got awfully silent after the wing snapped in half. Sorry, I had a question in real life that I had to attend to, so I had to mute my mic for a second. But yes, right. We are now going to do some bits between the wings here. Now, Mario, this may not surprise you, but everyone else maybe. We're going to take two fuselages, and we're going to do a bit of tomfoolery here. So we're going to make sure that we go X, Y, and then we're going to make a very thin shape that kind of angles in very early and then goes down into a very steep section. Use most of our points for that curve so it looks smooth. And like that, we can go forward, paste that on there, and then just basically scale this up vertically, I think. Like so. I got that about right, to be honest. First time. I'm genuinely surprised. We're going to extrude our fuselage here. Make it smaller, even smaller on the Y. Bring it up and then do the same again and bring it to 0, 0. I think I have water. Fantastic. Love it. Love it. Oh! It's unbelievably full. I'm covered in water. Head to toe. Goodness me. That is a lot of water everywhere. Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. Sorry, there is someone with me in real life. Helping. Greatly helping, as you can tell, by the fact that they've just caused me to pour water all over myself. Thank you. And then, that looks a little bit silly if you ask me. We're going to make that thinner. And then bring this out a little bit more, because it still looks silly. Sometimes it goes wrong. Sometimes it doesn't look right, and you've just got to change it. It's going to look weird a lot of the time, but eventually it won't look weird. That's what we're going for. We're going to get there eventually. It just may take a billion years. Well, I mean, this thing, to be fair, is always going to look a little bit weird, but that's kind of the nature of the design rather than anything else. We're going to go down a little bit on that. I know I said I got this perfect earlier. I lied. There we go. Got a little bit of a shape. Are we going to put the gun with the comically fast fire rate that looks like a laser? Of course. Right. Then we're going to see... How do we want to do this? Probably kind of bring that in like so. We're going to can we just do that 0? I reckon, why not? And then take these points, bring them up. Doesn't really matter too much how it looks, because this is a 0 width segment, so it doesn't change a thing. Change the Y, bring that up, and then we're going to add a loop. Change the Y again so that it's all smooth like, and then we have this thing, of course. Now, the part where we plan on differing from our design inspiration, which somebody in chat has already worked out, is we're gonna have to put our jet engine somewhere, and as you can tell, this ain't gonna cut it. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna make the jet engine stick out the back of these, and then we're gonna have 2. Because why not? I think that's gonna look really, really stupid, and that is pretty much the goal here. We're going to go for roughly 0.4. I think that's how wide we made this 0.8, but I think that goes quite nicely in there. And then if I line up this front segment, spread that out, we should... I've made that a 64. Don't need 64 faces. We're going to use a 32. I am using the 32 because it's going to be less lag, less file size, less loading time, and still be detailed enough for me to not have jagged edges. This is no longer a plane, it's a fish. Thank you, honestly. Belphegor, thank you. You have worked it out, Mario. I think the secret's out now. That everyone in chat's getting it, so I'm not going to try and keep it secret anymore, because that would be silly. There we go. We're going to make this look right. Okay, there we go. Doesn't matter too much how smooth that is, because that's internal. A little bit of smoothness is nice, because obviously that's attached to our little jet nozzle here. This is ridiculous. This is going to extend out like this, and I don't really know how the air would get to these. Oh, I have a terrible idea. I have a really terrible idea. Okay. Right. We're gonna just add... So, obviously, the inside of our fuselage here is kind of grey, so I like to just bring in a little bit of fuselage and return it backwards on itself, and that way we kind of get this metal effect on the inside, which kind of feels more realistic. And then I just go far enough back that it won't interfere when I actually put the jet engine in. You found this music track on the YouTube catalog before. Yeah, so this album is Stream Beats, and this should all be in the YouTube catalog as content ID, like fine to have on your videos, basically, which is what I tend to use for stuff other than the KSP OST, which is also the same. I tried another building music for a tiny bit, but you guys did not like that. There was a riot in the comment section after I changed the building music off the KSP one just for a little trial. You did not like that. But it's back. I just needed music that looped better, but yeah, no, you didn't like it, so we're going back. This is not my own music. No, this is by Harris Heller, I think his name is pronounced, or is. It's good, good stuff for especially for their free license that they allow you to have, and they're quite responsive when it comes to issues of content ID being falsely claimed on their music. You might be wondering, what on earth are you doing? Well, there's no way for our air to currently get from our air intake into our engine pods, so I am amending that the only way I know how, which is tube. And then obviously this tube will need smoothing out a little bit, so we're going to take this and kind of add a little bit of, what's the word, concavity? Concaveness? We're going to make it blend, and that kind of looks intentional now up on there, and the air goes in there. Yes, there we go. That is amazing. Poland didn't even come up with this. Poland had the engine in the fuselage, like cowards. I've got them in a completely separate section. Okay, and then I think I want this to be a little bit bigger. My mouse has gone off the window. I don't want to accidentally click off and close the stream. There we go. And probably gonna bring this a little bit further back, and then this a little bit further back, and subsequently that a little bit further back. And then, what do we got? 2? Do you need to be... What's going on here? Something's wrong. Is it you? Yes! There we go. You are meant to be there. That's how it's meant to look. Sweet. Do we want that to be a little bit higher? I think so. There we go. Why is my screen black? I made a plane and I'm trying to fly it. You've probably encountered a bug. You may have to restart. Do you have to route air tubes? You don't have to. This plane would work completely fine if I didn't do this. It's just for the sake of lore. For the sake of it being realistic in big inverted commas. Save my file. Thank you, Carlson. Thank you. Honestly, the amount of times I've lost edits because Vegas has crashed. Don't get Vegas. All right, I got Vegas for 20 quid on a humble bundle, which made it worth it. If you're paying full price, don't get Vegas. Just use DaVinci Resolve. It's free. If you're planning on editing anything, I've used DaVinci Resolve as well. It's very good, if not better. But honestly, I've got Vegas now. I feel kind of like I have to use it, which I don't. That's a really stupid thing to think, but you know what? I think it anyway. because generally I'm a stupid person. We're going to add a leading edge, we're going to add a trailing edge, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and take off the push rod, because this isn't actually going to be a control surface. This is just a linking rod between the two wings to look like it's got a little bit more structure going on. And there we go. We have an crazy angle. This is how it is on the real thing. The Belgafor, and I want that because it looks funny and cool. Now, a lot of people are gonna kind of want to build very cool, like, modern jet aircraft. I gotta admit, some of my favorite things in the world, whether it's planes, tanks, or vehicles, is cars, is just terrible vehicles. I love them. They're my favorites. Just things that are so bad that you couldn't possibly think that's a good idea. I love them. You may notice a strong theme in the things I make. So, there you go. Bear with. I've got a cough. There we go. We're back. Right. And now, we just need to do the actual tail. And what we're going to do, I think, is claim this piece back again. And then we're going to make this a little bit less tall, this a little bit less tall, and generally shrink the thing to about 0.2. Bring it up. Here we go. Bring that down. This is so ridiculous. We're going to take 0.0, remove them until that is 0.0. Bring this back. There we go. Voila. Bear with me 1 second. These are not crop dusting tubes. No, these are going to be the booms for the actual tail plane. Kind of feels like that needs to be closer together, but you know what? We're going to have a stupidly wide tail. Why not? Oh, what do I do this? Okay. Oh, this would be so stupid. Okay, right. Bear with me and let me know whether this is just too stupid for you to bear, or whether we should just embrace the fact that this would never work and enjoy the fact that games let us do this now. Okay? Right. Here we go. We're going to go into wings, add our wings onto these tail sections, and then what if we did the tail down? Yeah? This? What would this even be used for? I don't know. Crop dusting based on the real one. Or mail delivery? I don't know. Embrace the stupid. More dumb. What have I just entered into? Yes. Okay. That sounds positive. Maybe with the exception of what have I just walked into, but you know what? You'll pick up on it fairly soon. This is going to be... Yuzi! Don't tell me not to do down, Yuzi. Right, Yuzi said it. That means I must do the opposite. Because otherwise he'll beat me in a Trailmakers competition. And we can't be having that. Hello, Yuzi. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How is your friend doing? Have they left? Am I your friend now? Am I your friend? Yuzi? Sorry, that got a little bit that got a little bit real there. Sorry. Apologies for that. We're gonna bring in... Right, somebody asked, can you split control surfaces? Yes. Let's put on a leading edge and a trailing edge. these can be used as your control surfaces. You can split the wing with this tool. Sorry, gosh, Jesus. We can split the wing using this tool at the bottom here in the middle, which will put this pink line when you hover over the wing. Where you click, it will create a split, and then we can use that split to scale that segment of the wing. So we're going to make this a lot thinner so that it doesn't look strange. And then we're going to add another one in here so that we have plenty to fill this little gap we have going on. And then this segment I'm also going to make wider, and then it'll get thinner down towards the bottom, and then that should be fine. I know it ends very abruptly, but that's kind of okay. Drifting into the deepest depths of my imagination. Oh boy, you don't even know. Right. We're going to add a little bit of curve to that. Somebody said we could add a Stuka tail. You know, this is kind of like the, what was it, the Ju-187? The one with the tail that could invert? There you go. Don't forget the rocket pods. Of course, we won't forget the rocket pods. Cheeky's heading out. See you in a bit, Cheeky. Have a nice. Generally, have a nice. And then we can... Okay, right. Another tutorial segment. If you are having trouble rotating your wings in the way that you want, you can press Shift-R to set it back to 0 degrees, and I think it just... S rotates it to the surface. So you can see this is kind of attempting to match onto the surface. But obviously, there's some pretty complex geometry going on here, so it might sometimes be a little bit rocky. But we're going to just Control-R this one and make this wing double. It's gone back. Control. Shift-R, not Control-R. Shift-R, and then bring... I should probably actually attach these to these segments here, now I think about it. Shift-R. Can we do that in... There we go. Oh, bleeding heck. Wait. Oh, you little... Ooh. We're going to rotate this by hand. Nice. So, sometimes even I, who've been doing this for quite a while, forget how to use the editor. This is, buyers beware, a little bit of a difficult editor to get your grips on, but it's nice once you get your hangs with it, so just bear with it. I promise you, you will have fun with it once you've got used to it. It's a good little editor. Don't give up. Then we're gonna do leading edge and our trailing edge, so we actually have our control surfaces. Bring this fella down like this, and then we're gonna have to try and roughly, it's not gonna be ideal lining up, but yeah, it'll kind of have to do, because I don't have all day to perfectly line that up. And then as for the actual control surface segment, it's got to be bigger, frankly. And that should be big enough for our... Oh, never mind. Hang on, that looks bad. Let's take this bit, and then... There we go. Tail. Hi, Mark. Sorry, Yes. This gets more deranged the more I watch. Yes, that's looking delicious. Thank you. Topside would be more practical. Yes. Add your control to the rear of the fuselage, because funny, I will do. Add a tail gunner on there. Where? The enemy will never know what hit them if this thing was used for ground attack. Exactly. And that's the genius part. Add a ball turret to the bottom. Also where? It's all fun and games, but where's my VTOL? Oh, right. Hang on. Where is your VTOL? It is... Where is it? Oh, gosh. What did I call it? This one. Voila. VTOL. There you go. This will not work anymore. This is a couple of updates old. It will work if I made some tweaks. It won't work currently. We're not even going to try and fly that. I don't have time to get that working now. Jet biplane, come back to me. Here we go. Right, we are going to take these. We're going to take the. Where is the option for push rod? There it is. None. There we go. That now doesn't look silly. We have basically everything we need for our aircraft here. This should, well, I mean, we don't have engines. This should, as a shape, hopefully fly. So we're gonna, now, I'm gonna, save again. I'm gonna make some cuts here. So we're gonna do one here. And that is why we save, boys and girls. Wow, that went immediately wrong. So, what happened there is because these bits are attached to a specific part of this wing, it's unassigned itself and broken horribly. So, what I'm going to do is not that, because I think this is probably a better place to do it. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. That's not broken anything. Good. We're going to add some responses. So we're going to go roll, and is roll not to 100, or is that not to 1? I can't remember. We're going to say 100. And then set the mirror. Now that might be inverted. There's probably a way to do this that isn't just trial and error. I don't know that yet. So if you do know that, let other people know. But for me, I don't. So we're just going to assume that that's correct. And if it isn't, we'll change it later. And then I want you to have this bit that isn't the rudder. And then this bit is the rudder. So we're going to add your control. We're going to go 100. We're going to set the mirror. That might also be backwards. But we're going to trial and error it, so why not? Everything except the rocket pods, add props and jets, not turbo props. Maybe on another modification, but for now, we're going to leave this as it is. Is there a limit to how big you can make things? Absolutely not. If you've watched Messier82's channel, he has built some insanely large craft. There may be a practical limit, at which point it just doesn't take off anymore, but at that point, you can spawn it in the air, so who cares? Go wild, basically. What would this look like if we rotated these upside down as well? Ooh. That's kind of cool in its own right, but I don't think it's cooler than that. This is distinctly silly, which is what I like about it. Okay, right. Control surfaces have control. Pitch. Roll. You need to be flaps. We're going to make you 100 on the flaps. Save it. This will not fly, but I'm going to have a look, see if these control surfaces and stuff are inverted. Your autopilot seems to be that of a 777 Max. I think you mean 737. You've put 3 7s, but not 7 737s. That's already backwards. That's backwards. That's not. We have one that isn't backwards. Okay, fantastic. Somehow I've got the pitch backwards. Clearly, obviously, I rotated that. Just set the pitch to -100 rather than +100. Easy as that. And then your -100 as well. Fantastic. We do see your emotes, yes. Emotes show up for everyone in YouTube. Go silly, add afterburners. We'll start without afterburners. We can always add afterburners later, or ramjets or whatever. But we're going to start with these little nice turbine engines. And oh, look, that snap point is perfectly in there. Go on then, why not? I like that. What we're going to do is we're going to bring this in, make the diameter just a tad little bit bigger. There we go. That fills the space nicely. I think that is probably going to be about right. These will be weak as heck, but that's kind of fine. This thing isn't really going to be quick. This segment I did want to give rudder response to, so let's just quickly add yaw so we can copy that setting from that top one and paste it all the way down. This is something we didn't used to have. This is incredibly nice that they've added this. Thank you, Stone. I could kiss you for this one. That's a little bit sensual. Sorry. If you are actually watching this, Stone, just to let you know, I won't kiss you. Don't worry. Is that the right way around? Who knows? Where are we going to put the fuel? Back here, probably. What I'm going to do is, I mean, our center of lift is going to be roughly here. I don't know if we can get the center of lift up yet. I don't think we can, so I'm just going to kind of have to go on how it flies once it does. And we're going to start with a sphere. Going to bring that into the fuselage, make it a little bit narrower, and extend it like so, and then make it jet fuel. There we go. That is some fuel, probably not a crazy amount. Should be fine. Hello, April. How's it going? Add rockets on top of the bottom parts of the wings. That sounds like a good place for them. I will do that once we get around to putting weapons on. Also, we will add glass to the cockpit at some point. It isn't a drone. Just to clarify. I know it does look like a drone currently, but I swear it isn't. I've accidentally forgotten to turn off mirror, which means the top of this section is now going to be a different shape, but I think we're fine because I don't think it actually changed anything, so we're a-okay. This music is very chill, isn't it? I like it. I very much like it. Bolt her or anything on the bottom so it can gun ship. Maybe we can have an upside down Schrager music. Will this be more unhinged by the end of the... What will be more unhinged, the plane or me? That's a very good question. What's your request, Jagdpanzer? 4 on each wings. 3 nose-mounted, 8-barrel, 50mm rotary cannons. Adam? Maybe later. I was about to tell you to shut up, but honestly, maybe later. Is the air meant to be routed from the center to each engine? Yes. Look, we've even added a channel for it. If you didn't catch that earlier. We've added a channel for the air to go through. That is attention to detail right there. We got engines, got control surfaces. Nice. Landing gear. That's what we need now. We're going to add 1 on the front, center it in X. We'll probably be able to get the other ones here. It's gonna be tight. I'm gonna try and move this center of mass forwards, I think, because hopefully that won't mess with the center of lift too bad. But we can kind of use our fuel tank here. There's a bit of weight redistribution. It may not make the most sense, but when does anything I do ever make sense? Angle, we're going to make about 90 degrees, but rotate it 180, like so. So now that is inside the craft. Just take down that diameter. Spindly little things, aren't they? But that's kind of okay. Increase the height, bring you in, retract, angle, up like that. Maybe bring it in a little bit more so it doesn't clip through. You can do gear bay doors. I tend not to do it because it takes a long time and it's fiddly. Really good fun to get working, but landing skids. Oh, goodness me. Please, no. Save me. Save me. A tail dragger would be good for a short takeoff and landing design. Yeah. We will I think I'm happy with the tricycle though. It feels fitting, you know. I do need my center of mass a little bit further forward. So what I'm gonna do is probably take these engines and just clip them in a little further, which doesn't look quite as good, but it should do the job. Then where's our fellow inside this craft? I think generally he's a little bit far back, so we can bring him forwards. And now, how are we looking if we just add a glass window on the front here? Pretty poor, frankly. But if we want to, what we'll do is we'll add a temporary little window like so, and then we'll come back and beautify this in a minute. But for now, let's see if we can fly. Is it a request? Ask for my request and proceed. I didn't see. I'm scrolling through chat. You didn't leave a request. Make it a seaplane. Oh. Maybe. We'll leave that one as a maybe. Give the pilot a rocket pod right in front of his face for ultimate aiming ability. You, my friend, are a crazy fellow. Flaps in. Engines up. Rudder is backwards. Oh no. Does it fly? Huh. Yeah, actually. It does. Go ahead. Repeat your request. Oh my goodness me. Oh wow, it's quite agile. Oh my. Any tips on how to tune a prop? Oh boy. Props are a very, very complicated thing. We may do something on that, like a video, a stream, or whatever, teaching it. For now, I'm going to leave this one jets only. Props are a whole bucket of worms. If you really want it done, I would recommend the advanced editor help channel in the Discord. It is a really nice place. There's some really helpful people in the community, but obviously at the moment they may be a little bit overworked with the amount of people asking for help, so bear that in mind, especially if they're feeling particularly stressed out by it. So just be patient, be chill, you'll be fine. Do you want the... we could have the request repeated, it's fine. I will buy it. I want this game too much. It's a good price. 15 is not too much, especially given the amount of work that must have gone into this title. I know a lot of people don't just have £20 lying around, and that is unfortunate, but the reality of game development is it's a lot of hard work, and you do need to make a living wage from it if you're going to do this full time. So, you know, I hope that let's just put it this way. I hope you don't take the choice to engage in piracy, because there is a lot of hard work that's been put into this game, and we should support the people who have developed it rather than hurt them, which is what piracy is going to do in this case. So, please, there is my little plea to you. Be nice to Stone. They've put a lot of work into this, and it should be rewarded. Thank you. Right. Anyway, how do you counter talk on the ground? So it's kind of hard, to be honest. I just get it quite a lot. There is a quite a large amount of ooh. Wait. No, I'm going crazy. Sorry, ignore me. Where? Wheel turning. Where's turning? Brake settings, retract settings, steering. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's already set up. Oh, lovely. Can you please explain the editor a little? I'm very confused. I don't want to stress the help people out. No worries. Right. Basically, the fundamental parts is one side of the cockpit is higher than the... Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. Thank you. Sorry. Bear with somebody I was about to help. We have a dilemma occurring. I think I know what's happened here as well. We can go in here, go make sure everything is X mirrored. Voila, there we go. That's a little bit better. Right, anyway, I was helping. Right, we need to go into here, and in here, you've got your procedural fuselages. Now, I'm assuming this is what you mean by editor, because this is kind of the main part. So, in here, you've essentially got a 3D cylinder. And then on this cylinder, we've got 32 points. And that is represented in this little window to the side. Sorry, just got to bring it back to the center. And then as you adjust these points, you can see that in 3D space, that point is adjusting as well. So there you go. That we've made Pac-Man. That's what we've done there. Voila, we have made Pac-Man. Waka waka waka. But you basically go, oh, VB Longneck. So we Hi, Aussie man. Sorry. Anyway, you can then basically extrude that out and work on that until you have a full fuselage. Basically, shape it however you want. You've got multiple tools at the bottom. You've got a symmetry tool, an angle picker tool, and then a tool picker tool. So you can scale things, you can rotate things, you can move things, and this one chooses between global and local space. And then this one turns off or turns on snap nodes, which kind of... I don't tend to use snap nodes, but I imagine they're quite nice, especially if you know, like, KSP building. That's basically how they work. As for wings, you basically just move these purple nodes when you're in editor, and there's a split tool here, which will make more purple nodes. So you can see, similarly to the fuselage, you can kind of adjust these about a little bit, and that's how the wings work. Sorry, I would be a little bit more in depth, but I've already been over this once, so I don't want to like tread too much water. If you do need a little bit more help, you can go back to the start of the stream on the VOD, and hopefully then that will help a little bit more as well. So feel free to basically dip out of the live and head back to the start if you need a more in-depth tutorial, because there was a little bit more running through back then. Anyway, we're going to move on to making our cockpit. Laugh it up, boys. I said a funny word. Here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our fuselage here and copy it. It's got everything on, granted, but what we can do is just kind of take all of that off, just strip it back down to the bare component, which is this fuselage, and then I'm going to match it in X, Y, and Z to this main fuselage. And just turn off snap points real quick. Sorry, just X and Y in this case. And then I'm going to delete everything back of the cockpit and everything front of the cockpit until we just have this segment here, which slots in nicely. And we can just move this up, and we're going to repaint this to be glass on top and see-through on the bottom, and then we can reuse some of these nodes and reshape this with a little bit more of a fine brush to actually make this thing look proper, rather than doing it on the actual fuselage, because that can get extremely complicated and start breaking things elsewhere on the craft. Thumbs up. Nice. Gonna add me some glass on this one. This level is where the glass should go to, but at the moment we can't really see where the glass starts and ends, so I'm just kind of going off muscle memory, but that's okay. We will add a little bit more to this in a second. So I kind of want this top segment here to still be metal, and then we're going to make this segment in front, if I can. I'm on assigned material mode, that's why I can't have that option. We're going to create another loop here, and we're going to bring these nodes kind of in towards the center, or back, you know. We're going to do this. Bear with me. We are focusing a little bit, and then hopefully I can assign default material to these bits. That's still looking a little bit strange, so we're going to bring this fella up to here. That is okay, I think. Gonna add a little bit more curve in there. And that, if we slot it into place, hopefully is already looking a little bit better. Hopefully. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add, oh dear, I didn't mean to extrude it. I think I've already done so. There we go. We're gonna add a loop just here. We're gonna assign this to default. And then we're just going to move this back layer so that it melds in with the fuselage and doesn't have any weird looking kind of angular bits. Just like that. So that shouldn't have any gaps to speak of. We might just want to up the size a teeny tiny amount. That's the actual fuselage I'm editing. Whoops. That's not good. That should be okay. What on earth is going on? Hello, somebody whose name I don't even know how to read that alphabet. Are you from the UK? Yes. No, Control A. No, but you can shift drag in this menu here over multiple points at once. When you change it to see-through, does that change the physical interactions? No, those will still collide with the ground. So you do need to consider, if you're doing like a landing gear bay or something, you need to consider how all of those invisible points are going to rotate. So, you know what? This is worth an example, I think. What we're going to do is we're going to load up that VTOL from earlier, because this has landing gear bays here somewhere. I thought it did. Have they been taken off? Maybe? Hang on. Not this one, then. Let's go here. You have landing gear bays. You do, my good sir. Okay, there we go. So you can see the really odd shape that these are, and that's to stop them clipping from the ground. Voila. There is no undo. Will those parts induce lift and drag? Yes, but you can turn that off. So if you go, oh gosh, jet biplane, there we go. If we go into one of our fuselages here, we can just go and there should be somewhere, yeah, aerodynamics, tick box. There you go. Do I look at chat a lot? I normally am a little bit better than I am today. This is taking quite a lot of my focus to actually build something that looks cool while also trying to be okay-ish at providing tutorials, so apologies if I am a little bit on the sluggish side responding to things, but we got a lot of things to focus on today. Here we go. then we're gonna add a loop here, and then we're gonna add a loop here. We're gonna do another metal beam. Sorry, I'm going into aesthetics here now because I want this to look cool. And then we're gonna go, sorry, glass on the top bit, default on the bottom here. Take off assigned material. Gonna turn. Ooh. No, we're on the actual fuselage. There we go. We're gonna take this part. We're gonna move it down. Gonna move it across. Now that window is somewhat square. Gonna add a loop here. Gonna add a loop here. And then we're gonna go to this segment. No, sorry, this segment. Gonna bring these down, and then we're gonna go forwards. Oh no, this is the wrong. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. What has happened? I don't know. I don't know what's happened there. We've added a little bit of a curve to part of the fuselage. Okay. Right. How are we on the main... Oh, I'm so confused which parts are main fuselage and which parts are cockpit now. Oh, this has gone all kinds of weird. This doesn't look as dumb as I thought it would. I mean, overall, it's a little bit silly. But I tend to build somewhat serious because that's kind of fun in its own right. I'm gonna be a little bit lazy, I think, with this cockpit glass, and we're gonna do this with it. So we're gonna go forwards. What is going on? I'm very confused as to whether I'm on the cockpit or the glass here. This is all a skill issue. This is not a game thing. I swear this has never happened before. I'm just a little bit on the stupid side. Then we're going to make sure that these parts are nice and narrow. Ooh, birds. There we go. That's glass. M15, yes. Roughly. It's pretty serious design, just odd. Yeah, I mean, I've kind of just tweaked some things to be a little bit more silly. This upside down tail, mostly. This is basically the Animal Crossing theme. Ooh. Ah, I see why. We're no longer listening to stream beats. That's bad. Okay, well, that's probably this stream demonetized. Oh well. That's not the end of the world. Can I get you to not do that, please? Just loop the playlist, please. Okay, we're fine. We're going... That's fine. Oh, forget that. Tell us to like stream. Oh yeah, guys, like the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click that bell icon. I like inactive subscribers. That's my favorite part of YouTube. No, only subscribe if you care. It doesn't matter. I would like to hit 20,000 by the end of the year. That's the goal I set out at the end of the year. So if you do like the content and you're not subscribed, do subscribe. But if you're not sure, chill on it for a while. Come back later, see if you like it. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to stress you. Right. Okay. We are going to fly. We're going to fly a plane. Here we go. I'm going to stop recording this thing. And we're just going to stream only. Voila. Right. Now. Off. You know that part I said about flying? I lied. We have a backwards control surface. Just got to adjust this to be correct. Now, we may well have introduced some instability in there. Yes, Connor, you noticed. I didn't. Can it land? I don't know, maybe. Ah, very nice. Right. Here we go. Flight time. Our rudders are all correct. Our steering is non-functional. Lovely. But we're going to fly. Am I going to post this on YouTube later? I will probably create a video on this, yes. It's kind of weird watching a YouTuber that has a large channel compared to me, but a small channel compared to a lot of other YouTubers. Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. It's it is a small channel, to be fair. It's modest, but it's good fun. Because secretly, when I was doing YouTube a long time ago, I would, get very excited at the concept of hitting like 1,000 subscribers and being like, oh yeah, once I've got 1,000 subscribers, I'll be able to get views on videos. And then 1,000 came in like 2 months once things started kicking off, and kind of went from there. And now it's all very slow. But you know what? Who cares? It's good fun. This flies quite nicely, actually, all things considered. Given how it looks, it's surprisingly adequate, and I think we'll be able to land this quite easily. This has some pretty nice characteristics in the air. I mean, your control is best described as you can see, poor. But yeah, I mean, this is good. This is a good plane. I like this. We can give it a little paint job as well. Probably, I might try and copy the two-tone, which I'm seeing for the M15, which could go interestingly. We will see. We need to make this one of the biggest channels in the world. I think the content is a little bit too niche for that. Also, I'm still at work, man. Give me my notice period first, at least, before I get like what's the biggest channel at now? It's Mr. Beast, right? 150 odd million. That's quite a lot. I'm gonna need like employees for that, man. I don't know how to do that. Here we go. We're gonna touch down. We're gonna give it a shot. This shouldn't be too bad. Only our front wheel has brakes. We may want other brakes because we may be very, very slow at decelerating even, but hopefully not too bad. We do have flaps, even if they are a little small. I think they also kind of don't work how you'd like them to, but we have so much. We're so light compared to our idle throttle that we kind of keep accelerating even at 0%, so we're going to need to touch down and brake really hard in order for this to work. Come on. Come on. Stop. 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 Need a bit more braking force, I think. Yeah. It stopped in the end. It stopped. Okay. Wheels are not turning. They are not rotating on the ground. I can take your control off the back wheels. We only want the front wheel to steer. I should have just copy-pasted the bleeding steering onto the other side. There we go. Response is yaw. That should be right. I don't see why that wouldn't be right. we're gonna make our brake more powerful. We're gonna go up to like 35, and then these back brakes we're gonna add a little bit of torque to as well, but not too much. You could be Mr. Beast if I had prep time. Oh, maybe. He's learned how to do that, and I haven't learned how to do that thing. So, well, I'd need time. Rocket pods now, or paint. Do we paint? Or rocket pods? What about paint and rocket pods at the same time? Why not? That sounds good. Look at that. That's perfect, right? And then we take one, and then we put another one on. And then, I don't know, why not 3? That's enough rockets, right? Yeah? I think that's good. Yeah, that's fine. We're going with that. What's the top speed? Not a lot. Thanks for streaming. Gotta go. Have a good night, Mr. Coulson. Right. We can now paint all again, which is nice. They have listened to my pleas, and they have graciously added a paint all button. So that is, just lovely. Just love. Oh no! They've graciously added a paint all button that I don't know how to use properly. Don't paint material. Okay. I was hoping it would be per slot, personally, but it appears not to be per slot. It appears instead to be on just a global basis, which is... Ooh, that's a little bit unfortunate, but okay, that should be fine. Glass material is back. That looks okay. Where are my rocket pods? Here. There's your rocket pods. There you go. And then we take paint, and then we go over here, and we pick a color. That's not right. 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 Yeah, that's about right. Can we also... I'm going to need a higher resolution on the textures here. But obviously... it's going to take a long time to do everywhere, so I might see if I can get away with just that. We may not, and that may come back to bite me quite distinctly on the buttocks. We're going to add the... I still don't like that colour very much. That's probably fine. And then we're going to make another colour, which is going to be a nice black. We're going to go view. Going to make sure we're on two-sided. We're going to make this aspect ratio really, really wide. And then we do paint. And then we do paint. And then we do paint. And paint. And then we massively turn down the wrapping and all of that to hopefully do... Oh no, I won't do it. Oh, I just want to do the underside of these wings. Please let me just do the underside of these wings. Oh, no, it won't let me do it. It won't let me do it. Oh, man, that is saddening. Right, we're going to have to turn these settings back up. Go down super small, back to a normal kind of brush size. And kind of paint in this section. Oh no. Ah. And unfortunately, no undo. So that is that's gonna be there until I fix it, which is probably going to be shortly, but I will get around to it. Some people are very good at this. I'm not very good at this, by the way. Add a tank turret as self-defense. What are you, American? And then we're gonna go erase. We're gonna get rid of all this stuff that got onto the underside of the wings. There we go. We got a little bit of paint going on. Erase that bit that got on the tail. Save. Paint blue. And then we're gonna go underneath where we've already painted. And we're gonna use that bit as a bit of a pinstripe for this blue. Just restarting that so it doesn't go on to another playlist. Don't forget the multiple barreled rotary cannons. Of course I won't. How could I forget? There we go. God, I sounded like the Mega Projects guy for a second there. There we go. Just gotta be careful that I don't mess up, because it's easy to do with this painting tool. Don't get me wrong, this painting tool is fantastic. However, it is very easy to make mistakes in it. And I am not an artiste. I am merely a man. I am just Ken. And so on and so forth. I've not watched that movie. I don't know how that goes. Should we do another bit? Let's save here. Should we do a block there? Oh, this is getting complex now, boys. This is getting complex. We're gonna do a block going up here, and then strike off these wings like so, and back here, shrink it down, draw in this area. Oh, it's getting complex. It's getting complex. Take off these bits. I'm so sorry. YouTube thinks this is Kerbal Space Program. I'm not hugely surprised. How does the air get the intake pipes to those engines? Look. Tube. I knew people would ask that. I added the tube under the wings here. You see it gets thicker? That's where the air goes. Eh? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Don't get me wrong. It's not ideal, but it's I added a bit of it. I can't join the FLYOUT Discord. What should I do? I have questions. That is... So I obviously do not run that Discord. That is an issue which is probably... I don't know if we have any of the mods of the FLYOUT Discord in here. But Yeah, to be honest, I'm not 100% who is the best contact about something like that. I don't have you a single point of contact that I know I'm allowed to refer you to, so unfortunately I am not sure I'll be able to help you with that one. So, bud. Sorry, that sounded really condescending. Goodness me. It looks like it's wearing pajamas. That is just a mess in there, isn't it? I have a plan for that, don't worry. There we go. Look at our little paint job. Yeah, and then we're gonna do what we're gonna do is we're gonna go text, and we're gonna make this aspect normal. We're gonna add text, and we're gonna make it black text, and we're gonna type ZDB1 or whatever. I don't know. That sounds like a plain name. And we're gonna put it there, and we're gonna put it. Look, you can see which keys I'm pressing. There. There we go. We have a plane. You might be experiencing problems, or unless you've already been banned. Hopefully not. Makes as much sense as the actual Belfagor. Add D-Day stripes. Oh man, I've done so much livery work already. I'm worried everyone's turning off the stream already. Right. Replace the silver bit with yellow. You got the Fallout Vault suit. True. But you know what? I'm all right with this. It could be better, but I'm scared of changing it anymore. Otherwise, I'll break everything. Now, of vital Who? No, you actually forgot the underside of the aircraft. It wasn't me. It was you. And it was... You guys should have just reminded me in chat, actually, to do the underside. There we go! We're gonna do... gun. Here. As much as I know you all want it there, exactly like that is, we're going to be a little bit sensible. We're going to make them single-barreled, and we're going to clip them in just a little bit, like so. Because that was just a little too silly for my liking. We were straying too far into the silly guy territory, you know? And this is not a silly... This is not a silly stream! It's a very serious stream. I've lost my gun. It won't let me pick my gun anymore. I've lost them. I've lost my guns. Where are my guns? I've lost them. There they are. I don't know why I couldn't pick it there, but that's fine. Put that in there. There we go. Compromised twin barrel. Yeah, sure. 23mm twin barrel. There we go. Drum magazines. Fit them in there. Make them 23mm. 1,000 rounds per gun is overkill, honestly, so that'll do. Save that. Ball turret on horizontal stabilizer. Man, it's not big enough for a ball turret. Look at the size of the dude in here. He's tiny. We don't got room. Where do I put a ball turret? There's no space. A very serious looking plane for a serious stream. You're getting the point here. Here we go. This is a tutorial stream. We're teaching everyone and everything in this chat how to... everything? If you identify as a thing, you are appreciated. There we go. Make sure that's not fuel. There you go. You can't see into the innards. We haven't done an actual interior. If you want an interior, you can do an interior, but I am a loser, so I don't know. 50mm. I'm sorry, Adam. That's fine. How are you going to reload? Door. There's a door on the side. There's a door. Just open the door. It's fine. I didn't make that up. There's a door. Listen to them babies purr. How do I actually... probably like this. Woohoo! Rocket. Awesome. We should probably add a little bit of rake so that we don't need this long of a runway to take off. But, you know, that's fine for now. Just get a new plate. Look, now you're talking. Find some on top of the engine too. Sorry? That's who? Can you call Mini slow for me? What? I don't know. I feel like that's an insult. I don't want to insult Mini, whoever they are. Sounds like Vietnam. Good Lord. Oh, goodbye, Miss. Goodbye, Rocket. He's never coming back. Just realized your mascot is an otter and not some kind of dog. Huh. Who'd have thunk? Crazy. Slap a couch and seatbelt on the horizontal stabilizer and there's your tail gunner. Genius, honestly. You just need to fly like this the whole time with the amazing rudder control that this plane has. Oh god, we're falling out of the sky. Can we stick guns in the get? What? Average lifetime of a pilot that flies this thing would be like 30 minutes. That's pretty generous, to be entirely honest. Can we stick guns in the jet? You could stick guns in the jet if you wanted to. That's up to you. Plush when? I don't know. Makeship won't respond to my DMs. I've been DMing them every 5 minutes for the past 6 weeks and they won't respond. That's not true. just to clarify, that is not true. This is surprisingly good at flying, actually. This is okay. Where are the lasers? Oh my goodness me! How could I forget that I was going to make this fire rate absolutely insane? That is just my bad, good sir. Do not fear. We can do this. Zoop, zoop. Wait, zoop. That way. And like that. Boom. Lasers. Eliminate chasing jets with rocket pods. How accurate do you think I am with hydras? I'm not a wizard. You are Mr. Makeship, owner of Makeship, it is true. No. How maneuverable... How you can make a maneuverable prop aircraft? Maneuverability tends to be how far away your elevator is from your center of mass combined with your positioning of your center of lift to your center of mass. So your center of lift wants to be slightly, but very close to the center of your center of mass, but slightly behind it. And then you'll turn very well. But yes. Never ended up fixing the cheat line on the nose. The cheat line on the nose? Did the pilot almost have a readout before editing? Yeah, somewhat. Get a lucky shot with the rockets. That's a fair point. Laser beam time? I think it's laser beam time. Sorry. Let me try that again. I think I jammed it. Or what's going on? Oh my god, my ears! Jesus! Oh my goodness me! That is something right there. That is absolutely something. This thing is really slow. Should we fix that? So we're gonna need a bigger fuel tank. This thing, fill. This thing, move up. Expand. Whoop. That is slightly clipping through, but that's okay. And extra fuel. We're going to do a little bit of this and that. And then we're going to change these to be a little bit more this kind of shape. Rotate them. Make it longer. Boom. External fuel. And it also kind of looks neat. And then paint. Oh. I can't paint them. I can't paint them. I can't do it. Smoothness. Metallic. Detail strength. Make it that blue. Make it more blue. Make it more saturated. It's close enough. That looks kind of cool. What's your question, Corvid? Can you make guns strong enough to provide propulsion if you put them on backwards? Probably. Faster. Oh, gosh. Faster jet biplane. We're going to call this one. Put fuel in the air intake tubes. You're stupid. Afterburner on. How can I call someone stupid and then put afterburners on this thing? We're going to make that bigger in diameter. We're going to make the combustor cook at a higher temperature. We're going to make the afterburner cook at a higher temperature. Please do not ask me about the details of jet design. I am doing trial and error. I do not know. We're going to turn down the amount that goes to our hydraulic pump and our alternator. We're going to take our bypass and we're going to turn it down. And no, that's not bypass. That's bypass mixing. It says bypass, to be fair, in my defense. That we want our bypass, we're going to turn that down. And that tip mac maybe up a tiny little bit more, I think. Ooh. Hopefully, that should still work. Right? Hopefully. Wouldn't the external fuel tanks you just put in be in the way of the couple of rocket pods? Don't let things like facts and logic get in the way of your designing of aircraft. What are you, crazy? Afterburners. Voila. Sorry, that's far too French. Can't allow that. There we go. We're moving. Is this going to go supersonic? Maybe. With FLYOUT, you can get a cannon to go as big as you want. True. True. I think we have our center of lift is too far backwards right now, I think. Oh, goodness me. She's still accelerating. Oh, my goodness. She's still accelerating. We are climbing at 20 degrees, and it is accelerating. I mean, I don't think it's going to go Mach. But we might get a little bit too close for comfort. We'll see. It doesn't quite touch the tail. It's fine. It's fine. Here we go. Come on. Faster, faster. I've got to say, there is a little bit of aerodynamic instability creeping in around about the double the top speed of the previous version kind of range. 2 wings, not the most convenient. How many Gs can this pull? Let's see. Are we going to get much quicker than this? I don't think we're hitting Mach. I think this is about our realistic top speed. How much do we pull? Okay, 8 positive, negative 7. Okay, 7 or 8. That's not too many, to be fair. But also, it's alright. I forgot how loud that was. Hot air famously doesn't expand. No, it's fine. These tails are just made out of titanium. It's fine. As we all know, titanium just fixes everything. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. To clarify, that is sarcasm. Right. Should we consider this? No. It's wrong. It's not the true way. I reckon we can just make it bigger. We got space, right? I know this may look like it's clipping through right now, but just watch. Just a little tiny bit smaller. A little tiny bit. That is fine. As well. Oops. That right there is absolutely fine in my books. How quick is that? You need to increase the number of barrels to reduce the rate of gun jamming and straight up melting away. Technicalities. Turn out your gun's muzzle velocity so low that you can run into your own bullets. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard anyone suggest. And I'm so sad that I pressed play because now I really want to try that. How fast do we go, though? Engineering is just trial and error. The only difference is writing it down. Here we go. We really need to fix this thing's takeoff. It's not very good. The center of mass and the center of lift are not particularly in the right kind of places, causing many issues. But that is not the point of this version of the aircraft. The point of this version of the aircraft is to get a biplane to Mach 1. Come on. Come on. Come on. Altitude. We need altitude. That's what we need. That's what we need. Altitude. That is the only thing that is holding us back right now. Absolutely nothing else about this design is flawed. When have I taken the idea of doing something that applies logic to it? You, the Australians, always know what's right, man. Specifically Aussie, man. He's got my back. Can I jettison these? Goodness gracious me. Make a rocket ship. This is a rocket ship. It's fine. Are we any quicker? I feel like we're a little bit quicker. Why are we... No, I'm not going to Mach 4 in a thing that looks like a toaster. It's not going to get there. Look at the aerodynamics of it. It's little more aerodynamic than my Skoda, okay? Yeah, no, this isn't getting to Mach 1. Not this iteration, at least. Damn it! Damn. Ah. Well, we're going to save this one here. I'm going to load back into the other one. Because I want to try shoot myself. That sounds really bad. That sounds awful. I'm sorry. How low can we... 250 meters a second. Not bad. Not bad. 1 out of 1 rounds. Here we go. Here we go. Put a gold ring on the tail and it'll go Mach. I don't think that's scientific. Look at this amazing takeoff profile. It's great. Absolutely fantastic. Here we go. Up into the air. How likely are we? That's they're still quite a lot quicker than me. Dread. Can I put engines in engines? Probably. I need to fix the inside of that intake, don't I? Can we do that? Let's do that. Let's do that. I need to fix that. Need to fix that fellow there. Let's go XY, go 0.4-ish. Probably about the right scale. Angle her down like so. Pop it in there. Scale it. Oop. Open the fuselage editor. Shrink. Pull. Shrink. Shrink. Add a loop. Shrink. Expand. Ah, that's acceptable. That's not perfect. You're going to go because your battery won't make it? In a bit. Bye. You need to be going 900 miles an hour to equal your gun speed. Unfortunate that my craft is in kilometers an hour. Speed, big boy. Fast jet. There we go. Fast jet biplane. You are our only hope for shooting ourselves. God, that still sounds so bad. Rounds per minute, down. 2 seconds of reload. Goodness me. Muzzle velocity, very low. Do you think this plane would beat a Spitfire in a dogfight? No, probably not. The Spitfire was designed by people who weren't idiots. Unlike everything that's going on here. This plane was designed by me, and no offense, you. Some offense. You guys are just as stupid as I am, I think. There we go. Surely that'll get us to Mac, right? Voila! And then if we just... I feel like the color on you was better earlier than it is right now. But maybe that was just because of the light. Right, you need to be... Let's add even more fuel because we have even more engines. Let's go clip those in there. Sorry, you need to go hydropods. We're doing a little bit of science. Do you think beat the F-35 and beyond visual range? Yeah, sure. It's got a name. It's Zidbone. It's fine. Zidbone. I'm proud of our creation. You can't offend me with this. I'm proud of our creation. Just because I'm in that. And then obviously aerodynamics need to be improved. So what we're going to do is the worst thing, which is... And then we're going to make it lighter, because I've just remembered my skin thickness is all set to 12, which means it's super heavy. It was probably like 14 tons there. Now it's a little lighter. Do you have the Discord? How come the guns still make loud bangs when there is no sonic boom? Gun goes bang. Add go fastest. I already have them, bro. Biplanes can beat even the most modern jets. True, the PO2 shot down a jet, right? I think, maybe that might be fake. How do you spell that? PDBONE. Putbone. What is happening? I don't know. I hope you're putting aerodynamics in quotation. Is anything from the stream not in quotation marks? Sorry, I shouldn't have got angry. Here we go. Surely this will reach Mac. We only have 5 minutes of fuel, but that's enough. Come on. Oh god, KSP was wrong. Adding more boosters doesn't necessarily make you reach Mach 1. Goodness me. Hi, bud. Jimmy, I think you're called. You having a good day? Got a basically 1-to-1 thrust to weight ratio here, if not better. Right. Let's put some altitude on her. As if we haven't already done that. Goodness me. Oh, those guns don't look that much quicker than us now, I've got to say. You need more where am I going to put more engines? You doubt KSP? I don't doubt KSP. I doubt KSP too. Bless. Poor KSP too. I want it to be good, but oh dear. Your speed at this point should make you shoot down your own aircraft with its own guns. I'm worried that this game is clever and actually adds my velocity onto the bullet's velocity. I was kind of hoping that it just wouldn't do that, which is fine. Come on. Come on. 9.6 Mach. 9.7 Mach. 9.8! Come on! Come on! Just a little bit more! 9.9! Come on! Come on! Just a little bit more! Oh no, don't tease me with this! Come No! No! You've got to be joking me! We're like 5 more kilometers an hour. Come on! Oh. Come on. Do it. Yes! We've broken the sound barrier! Yes! There you go! That is a supersonic aircraft! Put that on the record books, baby! Wow, that paint job it's not done well! Goodness me! Whew. There we go. Fantastic. Add a pair of engines in the fuselage. Yeah, why not? Faster jet biplane. I want to save that one. That barely makes it to Mach 1. Hire Jeremy Clarkson as a pilot. Oh man, he wouldn't survive. He is far too old. No offense, Jeremy Clarkson, if you're watching this. What does that even mean? Imagine if Jeremy Clarkson was in the stream. That would be a twist. Anyway, my secret. No. He would probably get me banned. Right. You are a little bit too tall. Okay, that's about fine. You need to be much chunkier. Whoops. Set that offset to 0. Extrude. Drag in. Go into here. Copy that. Quit out. Go down here. Paste it in here. That's removed all my paint. That's okay. I don't think any of us care about looks anymore. Take the X scale. Paste the X scale into there. Extrude the fuselage. Shrink it down so that it fits in. Perfect, right? That's hideous. Add engines on the tip of each. Goodness me, everyone. Please, I haven't even finished doing what I was currently doing. And what I was currently doing was also a terrible, terrible idea. Okay, faster jet biplane. 6, we can do better. Yeah, alright, fine. We'll go here, we'll put them tips on the end of the wing. Scale these to be 2. 2 is probably a bit too much. We're gonna go 1. Take this one out and put this one on. Put that on the end. Go get my jet engine. Put it just kind of in there. Just, yeah, like that. That'll do. I don't think there is anywhere else. Anywhere else. We're good. I just got the game. Everything's so complicated. It really scares me. Should I refund? I would suggest no. If you want, go back to the start of this stream. Go back to the VOD. And it will absolutely be more useful than what we're doing right now. Oscar, you gotta sleep now because you gotta sleep. But before I go, remember to add. Okay, thank you. I will do. The tail, yes, it's fine. The front landing gear has collapsed. Why are you so grumpy? You're making history. That is a dangerous, dangerous control. Oh my goodness me. Okay. I think the center of lift may now be in front of the center of mass. Somehow, I think that may have occurred. Right, we can amend that. All we need to do is add a silly, like, Nimrod nose to the front of this thing, and then we're good, right? All we gotta do, jet engine, fuel, all the way up here, big, fat, goofy nose. There we go. That is okay. You, bless, add a little bit more height. Center of lift and center of mass probably a little bit better now, hopefully. We need engines on the end of the tail. Can you imagine what that's going to do to my center of mass to center of lift ratio? Okay. Here we go. Takeoff time. This, I'm sure, will be fine. Oh my goodness me. Oh God. What? Yep, that's fine. That looks awful, thank you. Something feels horribly wrong about this. It is very much leaning extremely hard to the left. And lo and behold, we haven't reached Mach. How many engines is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10? 10 afterburning jet engines, and we can't reach Mach. Somehow we have 10 minutes of fuel in all of this. I don't even think the wings are doing anything at this point. I think it may just be flying out of sheer determination. This is the worst thing a single human being has ever been a part of. And you have all been a part of it. So congratulations. We're all terrible. Goodness me. We need swept wings. Replace the wings with delta wings? Where will the engines go? I needed more. This looks like a Sky Pirates plane. It does. Doesn't really fly like one. It doesn't really fly very well, to be entirely honest. Why not just go to the atmosphere? We're in the atmosphere! I assume you mean leave the atmosphere. But engines on engines. That's cheating. They say the US came up with that one back in the 60s. And it was actually banned by the Geneva Conventions for cheating. Cheating at jet. There we go. We're basically in space at this point, I think. Oh my goodness me. That's being taken a little bit too literally by the control at the moment. Are we flying? Is there air? Oh, goodness me. Reminds you of the planes you could build in Spore. What a compliment. Scrap this and make a rocket ship. Man, I've spent so long. Certainly a pretty high-flying brick. It sure is. You know, want to see it smash into the ground at ridiculously high speeds? Because I do. When have we followed any rules? I believe I'm following the YouTube community rules. Hopefully. Otherwise, the channel might just vanish. Oh no. Is this not a rocket ship? By the legal distinction, no. In practice, kind of. This looks like a Thunderbird. It's almost cool in a way. I kind of like the stupid Squidward node as well. Oh look, we're going Mach. How is there an hour of flight time? Is there? That's 4 minutes. Whee! Whee! He's dead. Adnan? I'm probably mispronouncing your name horrifically incorrectly. Yes, you're fully correct. I'd like to clarify, none of this was my idea. But anyway, we've been streaming for a while. I'm gonna take out the somewhat sensible one. The somewhat sensible one. And we're gonna call it a day. Okay? This is the fruits of our labor. I'm gonna post some nice screenshots of it after this stream in the FLYOUT official Discord. And I'm going to leave you with a little announcement that you may not have picked up on from my Discord. If you are a member of my Discord, which you can find in most of my videos' descriptions, not this one, because I don't know, I'm lazy. There's a channel, you can submit your craft. I'm going to go through a few of them and have a look at them, and there'll be a video where I do that. So if you want your plane in a video, I'm going to basically see what people have done in the first few weeks. If you've had the game in early access, please don't submit your craft. I have no way of moderating that. Just please don't. That's not the point of the video. The point of the video is what have you guys been up to in the first week. So please, for the sake of just everybody else, don't submit your craft. That's not the point. Thank you. There we go. This is our vaguely sensible creation of the day. It works quite nicely, I want to say, actually. Obviously, the jet engines are in a silly place that's going to superheat the tail. It doesn't make sense to be there. But you know what? That's kind of the fun of these things. They don't need to make sense. It has stupid gun placement. Why not? I may well be back this weekend with another stream. I don't know. Perhaps. I'll announce it in my stream channel beforehand if I do. There will also most likely be a video featuring this thing fairly soon on my channel, where I just do a time-lapse of that bit of the recording that I actually remembered to record, which was kind of 2/3 of it, probably, of the actual designing part. So I'll be able to salvage something out of that, and that will turn into a video, and so you can see a little bit more of this thing. And yeah, prop stream is probably necessary, but we'll have to see how I'm doing after the, I mean, it's Vegas Grand Prix weekend, baby, so I'm going to be a little bit tired. I've got to be waking up very early, but yeah, we'll see. But thank you all for joining me, and thank you all for, if you liked it, liking it. If you subscribed, subscribing it. No one donated, so, you know, I'd thank you for that, but there's no one to thank, so yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you haven't seen, Tank Museum's refurbishing an FE 4005. If you want to donate to that, so if you're actually going to donate to something, donate to that instead because it's way cooler. But yeah, anyway, thank you for sticking around, and goodbye. That's not the right text on screen. Hang on. Ha. Win.